You can start.
Okay, good morning. My name is Mike Gavin. I'm head of recruitment for Into UEA. For those of you that don't know where it is, we're in East Anglia, in the east of the country, 2 hours from London, in the nice, dry, sunny part of the UK. As you can see, we have a very big campus, 320 acres of parkland, and Into UEA on the right-hand side is in the heart of the campus. Please note up on the left, there is the Norwich Hospital and Norwich Research Park, which are two research partners of the university, which are very important. The research park is the largest in Europe, has 10,000 employees. It is where Sir Paul Nurse, who is a Nobel Prize winner for discovering DNA and the Genome Project, works. He is an alumni of UEA. Therefore, the research that he does is internationally acclaimed. As it is the biggest in Europe, with 10,000 employees, it's always looking for graduates, particularly from our university, not just in science. It is a big company, and therefore looking for business management, accountants, and all types of things. A hospital. It's the first hospital in the world to do the hip joint replacement. Does cancer research, eye research, and has very close connections with the university, and is also always looking for graduates. We are a top 150 university in the world. If you look at the rankings, you can see that we are above Newcastle and Exeter in the world rankings. And we're a top 20 university in the UK, which puts us in the top 1% of universities in the UK. I will come back to rankings because it is quite important that we understand those completely. Next slide, please. We have approximately 14,000 students now. 2,500 students are international students from all over the world. Approximately 2,500, of which around 60 are Korean students at the moment. They come from all over the world. They come from the Far East, Africa, the Middle East, Canada, America, and Europe. So you will meet students from all over the world. Coming back to rankings, it's probably more important that you look at individual schools. Where are the schools ranked, as opposed to just world ranking and UK rankings? We are now number 1 for pharmacy in the UK. We are always in the top 10 for maths. We are always in the top 6 or 5 for science. Media studies, we are always in the top 3. University of East Anglia has the same studio parts as the BBC. A lot of our students in media studies work as an intern at the BBC in Norwich and use exactly the same equipment as that you will see in the media studies block in the university. Environmental studies, UEA is world renowned and usually in the top 3 schools for environmental science and climate change research. Some of the top professors in the field of research for climate change work at UEA. Again, their work is internationally acclaimed. There are 4 top centres for science research in the UK: Oxford, Cambridge, London, and Norwich. So they are always in the top 4 cities for research and science. So the top ranked university, top 150 and top 20 in the UK. But more importantly, the schools are always highly ranked and very respected for just about every subject. So we have a very large campus, state-of-the-art buildings, brand new, in a very safe environment. Norfolk and the city of Norwich is one of the safest places in the UK. Crime is just about negligible. This is a fact from the UK Home Office, that it is the safest place to study in the UK. you have a very safe environment, a very beautiful environment, a very large campus. All of these facilities are open to Into students as well. You will find, because the weather is good, it's not cold, it's not too wet, a lot of our students spend a lot of their time outdoors, as you can see. In the parkland, we have meeting areas, barbecue areas, lots of places where people see wildlife in the campus. The campus has just about everything. In this picture you can see banks, post office, we have a supermarket, shops, bookshop, cafes, bars, everything available on the campus. It's almost like a small village within the campus itself. The only thing you have to go into Norwich for is to get your hair cut. It's the only thing you don't have. There's hairdressers on the campus. We have the biggest sports park in the UK. It cost over £38 million. We have 190 different clubs and societies. So whatever sport or hobby or club or interest that you have, UEA has it available. Again, this is all available to Into students. The clubs and societies are the best way to improve your English and to meet people from Britain. I have met a Taiwanese student just recently whose English was nearly as good as mine. That's because she joined the ladies' basketball team. They have no Asian players on that team. She toured the country playing other universities, enjoying basketball, but more importantly, she had to speak English. So the easiest way to improve your English and meet people is to join a club and society. All the clubs and societies are introduced to our students during their first 2 weeks of induction. So whether they like athletics, football, cricket, basketball, table tennis, whatever they like, the sports or clubs are available at UEA. We also have Olympic-sized swimming pool, any water polo, swimming events that you can think of. All of these again are available to Into students. The library is one of the largest facilities on the campus, has 800,000 books, 260 computers. If you go to the next slide, you can see that. 260 computers. It has 1,000 private study rooms and areas to study in quiet. This is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everywhere is completely Wi-Fi throughout the campus. There is full IT backup. You can use this facility at any time. Anything that you want to download, as long as it's educational, book, magazine, newspaper article, is for free. The university pay for it. And again, it's a 24-hour access. We also have our own art centre on the campus. It's a very large building. You can go and see Picasso, Henry Moore, Francis Bacon, Degas. All the exhibits to Into students are free. I'm not going to ask if anyone can recognise this person, but that is the lead singer for a band called Coldplay, who are one of the largest bands in the world at the moment, and they have performed at UEA in December. The reason top bands like this come to UEA, we have a very strong student union over many years, and secondly, the facilities for recording and playing are excellent. Therefore, top bands will come and play at UEA because they know the facilities are good enough for them. So we have a band like this every week, 50 weeks of the year. So anyone liking live music, great place to go to. And you can see that our students enjoy music from the Gangnam flash mob that we had earlier. Next slide. So we have bands like Kaiser Chiefs, The Killers. Doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm told they're good bands. City of Norwich. Beautiful old city, over 1,000 years old. Lots of cultural history, but a quiet, peaceful city of about 300,000. It is only 15 minutes away from the campus by bus. Buses run from Into, every 10 minutes, so very easy access. You will see many old streets. A lot of the centre is pedestrianised, no traffic is allowed, but we also have a very modern side. It is in the top 5 shopping centres in the UK. So all the shops that you want, shopping malls, there are 2 big air-conditioned shopping malls with H&M, Zara, Louis Vuitton, lots of different restaurants, lots of little lanes, lots of boutique shops. So you will also find very old shopping centres dating back over 120 years that are near the market in the centre of the city, where you can buy Asian food, take back to the centre and cook. Very green, very peaceful, very pleasant city. It has everything that London has. It's just a smaller city with a lot of historical culture. The river runs all the way through the middle of the city, all the way through to the campus, and you can take boats along the river the whole year. The city itself, as I said, is 2 hours from London by train. It's very easy. You either get off at Norwich or you get off at London. You cannot get lost. Trains run every 30 minutes. And when our students come to join us, we show them where the railway station is, the bus station, how to buy tickets, how to get cheaper tickets. And you will find that the city has its own airport, which also makes transport very easy into London. We have buses that run from the campus to Heathrow Airport, to Stansted, and to the city itself. We are also only 30 minutes by bus from one of the longest coastlines in the UK. There are miles and miles of beaches, which normally are very uncrowded. But we have good weather, so a lot of our students spend a lot of time on the coast, 30 minutes away from the campus. So, we have an excellent reputation, fantastic buildings, historic city, and a very beautiful campus. But it's about into UEA I want to talk about. We have a state-of-the-art brand new centre which holds approximately 500 to 600 students at any one time. As you can see, we are at the centre of the campus, right next to the sports park. All of the facilities, as I have mentioned to you earlier, are available to our students. The accommodation is adjoined to the classrooms, so students have no excuse for being late. This is part of the building. On the right-hand side, you can see the accommodation. In the middle is the administration and restaurants, and to the left are the classrooms and science laboratories. 5 floors, very modern, very bright. All our classrooms have modern facilities. We update our software every 2 years. So everyone will be using the latest state-of-the-art software. Our classes are maximum 16. All classrooms have interactive whiteboards, so all the work that is written by the tutor is downloadable to your iPad or your laptop. No excuses for not knowing your homework because it's all stored centrally and you can download it in your room later. We have our own science labs. We are a science-based research university, so our science labs have to be as good as, or if not better, than the ones at the university. There are many different science foundation courses that you can complete at the university. Also, our language labs have the latest state-of-the-art facilities. to help with the academic English classes that you will be doing it into. We have our own learning resource centre. As I said, the whole campus is Wi-Fi 24 hours a day, free. We have the facilities here to loan people laptops if there's break. Just go to this. Resource Centre has books, videos, DVDs for hire. You can also see computers to the left, which you can use in the Resource Centre. And on Tuesdays, this opens up to a cinema in the Into Centre. There are 2 cinemas on the campus for films. We have our own restaurant, which serves 3 cooked meals a day. It's not all fish and chips. We do have Asian style cooking as well. Every day there is an Asian dish. To the next slide, please. Quite importantly and uniquely to Into UEA, we have a meal plan offer where students can pay for their meals in advance and have 2 cooked meals for them every day. To accommodation, there are 421 single bedrooms, all of which are en suite. No one shares toilet or bathroom facilities. Everyone has their own. Please ensure that people who want rooms, accommodation at the centre, book early because we are always full every year. There are a few twin bedrooms, not very many. Some people like to share. There are some available. Again, you will have to book early to get any of these twin bedrooms. It is obviously cheaper, but there aren't very many of them. As I said to you earlier, we have over 500-600 students. We only have 421 bedrooms. We have shared kitchen facilities on every floor, every dormitory. There are kitchens for every 8 students. So a maximum of 8 students share the kitchen facilities that are fully kitted out with fridges, ovens, microwaves, and all the facilities you would expect. If they want different accommodation, there is homestay available, so you can stay with families. A lot of diploma and graduate diploma students like this facility. Their laundry's done for them, cooking's done for them, and also they get to speak English every day, because British families obviously will not be very good at Korean. But this is another option. The university also has flats for rent, apartments for rent, and there are other facilities in the town quite close to the university. You will notice from the Gangnam style flash mob that we did, the man on the right, when he's not dancing, is part of our dedicated progressions team. There are 2 people that meet with our students on a very regular basis to ensure that they are going to the right course for them, that they are on the right foundation pathway or going to the right degree course. We guarantee a place at UEA from our pathways. However, if a student wants to go to another university, Nottingham, Warwick, wherever, the progressions team are there to help with the UCAS application to ensure that they go to the university that they want to. We will meet students arriving at the airports. For A-level, because the students are younger, we insist on it. You can make your own way, but we do have the ability to come and meet students personally. So, great facilities. We have events every week. So they will have karaoke nights, they will have dance nights, films, barbecues, different things organised during the week. Also, we will arrange things for the weekend, trips to London, going to Cambridge, theme parks, shopping villages for duty-free shopping, and local excursions around Norwich and the local countryside. The range of courses, a lot of you know all this already, from A-levels, foundation, diploma, graduate diploma. Also, all of the English courses, academic or general. We do pre-sessional, university study English, and study abroad with English programs. Go into a little bit more detail on the foundation course, which we guarantee a place at UEA. The pathways are business, computing, maths, humanities, actuarial science, and as you would expect, all the sciences, from general science to biomedicine to engineering and mathematics. That enables students to go to over 100 different options at the University of East Anglia. So, the foundation programme. You progress to the first year, 3 modules during the year, in which we also do field trips for the science classes, so that it's not just laboratory classroom based, they actually go out into the field to do some of their research. So the science students often will go to test river pollution, nuclear power stations to see that they're safe, and find out what science is really like in the field rather than just theory on their school book. A typical timetable for foundation students, a minimum of 20 hours a week. You will also see that they do a great deal of academic English. Again, these classes are quite unique into UEA. They are relevant to the subject that's being studied. So, if a student is studying business management, for example, the English classes will be about the difference between net margin and gross margin. Why some countries' GDP will affect the country next to its GNP. Therefore, you're learning all the types of phrases, words and presentation style that you're going to need at university in your business course. We do not teach tourist English. It is academic English relevant to your subject. And you will do a total of at least a minimum hours of 20 a week in classes no bigger than 16 pupils. All our courses are credit bearing. A lot of our students from Japan, for example, will spend the year with us doing their international foundation and then go back with 120 credits to Japan. You'll notice on the right hand side there are a number of universities listed because some of our students will want to go and do a course that UEA does not do. De Montfort, for example, does fashion design, UEA does not. Manchester does civil engineering, we do not. Therefore, the progressions team will help those students with the UCAS application so that they can progress on to those universities. However, 68% of our students progress on to the first year at UEA. Newton A-level programme. The Newton A-level programme is not a boarding school. It is unique. It's the only A-level programme taught at a university in the UK. We are looking for gifted and top ambitious students. They have to be mature. We're not going to come and wake them up, tell them to put the uniform on and go to class. We expect them to be on class on time of their own volition. They will have to be mature and ambitious. We're looking for students who want to go to the top universities around the world. Looking at Cambridge, Oxford, LSE, Imperial, or some of the top universities around the world. So the particular type of student we're looking for are obvious by the pathway. Medicine, so we're looking for medical students, doctors, engineers, mathematicians, top scientists in particular fields like actuarial science. If you look at the 6 subjects studied at the bottom, those are the only subjects you can study on our Newton A-level programme. Maths, further maths, chemistry, physics, biology and economics. There are no easy subjects there. All of our students will have to choose at least 4 of these subjects, not 3, which is typical of a UK student. We also do a difficult exam board, Cambridge International Exam Board. So difficult subjects, difficult exam board. And this is because the universities recognise the value of the subject and exam board when they're looking to interview students. So all our students can take advantage of all the facilities on the university. For A-level students, all the sports facilities are free. But it's not just the academic classes. Our classes are normally maximum of 9 for A-level, sometimes 6. So the tutor has a lot more time with each student in an A-level programme because there are only 6 students in the class at any one time. We also bring in academics from the university to do some of the teaching. All our teachers, professors in their field or PhDs, so the level of teaching is at a very high level. But they are able to meet doctors, lawyers during the class to speak to people from the real world that they're interested in, not just in theory and books. We also take the students across to the university for lectures, seminars, and to join in the university experience whilst they're studying A-level. So they are guided from the very beginning and assessed every week to ensure that they are going to the level that we expect them to. They will also get assistance preparing for their British medical exam boards, for interviews. For example, if they're going to try to get to Cambridge or Oxford or other universities like that, they will have to be interviewed by academics at that university. If you are doing this in a second language, it is not easy. So we prepare our students on a regular basis so they're able to cope with their interview or their exam board, their role play they will have to do at medical school. They will also do internships with us. If they're in the medical school pathway, they will go to Norwich Hospital and they will witness live operations and go with the doctor on their rounds for the week. It is a very high-level internship that we arrange for our students. So when they finish, they are fully prepared for any interview process or exam board process that they will have to complete. We also teach our students global perspectives, so it's not all biology, chemistry, physics and maths. They will learn what the effects of Chinese migration from the countryside into the city is having an effect on that country's production. If there is less food production and they are importing more, how does that affect other countries? So they will get an up-to-date global perspective on what is happening around the world. This is important, but when they go on to their university interviews, that they have a background of what's going on around them. We also teach them how to study. They will need to know how to do private study. They will have a lot of homework. And they will have information computer technology training as well, as we have the latest state-of-the-art ICT network. Here is a typical timetable for an A-level student. You'll notice they start at 9 in the morning and they finish at 6 in the evening, a long day. If you look at Monday, they're doing physics, biology, economics and physics. A tough day. Every day is tough for these students. It is intense. That is because we want them to succeed. We want A-star students. It is very important that they get the top marks if they want to medical school or they want to go on to the top universities around the world. If we ask them to do homework, which we do on a regular basis, if we say we want it in Tuesday, it has to be in Tuesday. We do not accept any lateness. You can see from the results of the last two classes, 4 A stars. This is in subjects maths, further maths, physics, chemistry. These are difficult subjects. These are top results. You will also notice some of the universities they're going to. Cambridge, study engineering. Chinese University of Hong Kong to study medicine. It's one of the top medical schools in the world. So our students studied with us and returned home to Hong Kong to go to one of the top universities in the world for medicine. 1% is the norm for medical schools in the UK for international students. Oxford, for example, takes 278 students to medicine every year. Only 2 are international students. UEA takes 260 students a year, only 13 are international students. That's less than 1%. 30% of our students from our A-level program go on to study medicine. And you can see from this chart there are many studying medicine in many different top universities around the world. So we have a phenomenal success rate in what we do. So the A-level program allows you to have the choice of university. The type of person that we're looking for has to be an A-star student from their Korean school. They have to have over 80, 85 in their subjects. Any less, they will not succeed in going to where they want. That is the type of student we're looking for. This is to show an equivalent in Russia. Foundation student guaranteed a place at UEA. On the right, an A-level student is looking to progress to the top universities around the world. We expect a higher IELTS. We expect a more intense timetable. So, diploma program. This replaces the first year at university. Enables a student to go direct to the second year. It means that you lose no time on your degree course. Why would this be interesting to a Korean student? Because it means you can go and study business management or economics for a year into UEA. You lose no time at your degree course in university, but you are studying academic English relating to economics or business, which gives you more time to catch up with that subject before you start university. If you go to a UK university, they will not wait for your English skills to catch up with them. You have to learn as you go. And into UEA, doing the diploma program, you can go at a different pace. We will be teaching you about those subjects in English so that you have more time to prepare, more time to understand how you prepare your work. British universities are different. They expect you to analyse and criticise, not just learn what you read. We expect you to criticise and have an opinion. This is what you are taught during your diploma program. So that when you get to university, you're probably better prepared than any UK student. You will probably do twice as many hours, a minimum again of 20 a week. So you will be working harder, but you will be better prepared when you arrive in your second year, and your degree is no different from anybody else's. You are exactly the same. Graduate diploma. This is a pre-master's course, which prepares you for your master's degree, pathways of business, economics, politics, as you can see, and international development. A lot of students want to go and work for NGOs. UEA is very famous for its international development school and is one of the top in the UK. So we have some of the top professors in that field and people wanting to go on to work for charities and NGOs around the world. Again, it incorporates English language, academic classes. So again, you're preparing well for your master's degree, and you will understand how you have to study and prepare your work for university. Scholarships. We have very generous scholarships available for our foundation courses in the pathways of humanities, law, sciences, and pharmacy included. Bear in mind we are the #1 school for pharmacy around the world. Those are 50% for your foundation fee and 50% for your first year at UEA, which is approximately £12,500, a very generous scholarship. Interestingly, very few people apply for these scholarships, so we do not give them all away every year. So a Korean student who is fairly good, has good marks, has a good chance of being awarded a scholarship if they apply for it. With the A-level programme, we give up to 50% against the tuition fees, which again is very generous. It's over £17,000. They have to do a maths test, an English essay test, and we need to see their grades. They need at least 6 A-star equivalents, or over 85, for the relevant subjects, and we will do an interview. That can be done on Skype, but normally that interview is done by me if I'm in the country, or I will do it by Skype if I have to. And then they can be awarded up to 50%. So this is the day they all look for to get their certificate for their degree, but that's not really why they go to university. It's not to get a bit of paper. You go to university to get a good job. 94% of our students graduating will get a job within 6 months of leaving UEA. Cambridge and Oxford cannot say that. We can put that in writing. That is what our students tell us, and that includes the international students. 94% get a job within 6 months. That's why you go to university. We have modular degrees at UEA, so you can study one subject, such as chemistry. Alongside that, you can study French. Why would you do that? Because the French consume more pharmaceutical products than anybody else in the world. So chemistry and French would be a good option to have if you're considering working in Europe in that field. If you're looking at business management, you can study accountancy and finance, and you can do a module in supply chain management. Supply chain is the key factor that puts successful companies like Walmart at the head of everybody else. They know how to get goods from the supplier to their shop every day without going out of stock. Supply chain management is the biggest key in their successful business. You will learn that at modules in business management at UEA. And you can start that process into UEA because we also teach supply chain management within our business courses. It's about getting a job. So all these bits of information, including the YouTube video of our Gangnam Style flash mob, are on Facebook and YouTube. My details if you need them, but you can find all this type of information on our website, or on Facebook, or on YouTube, or on Twitter. You will also find Korean students talking on there about what it's really like at the university. Just going back to rankings very briefly. If you look at student satisfaction, every student in the UK has to fill in an exit form when they leave. We come in the top 3 every year for student satisfaction. They vote on what their tutors were like, what their classes were like, facilities, whether they thought they got value for money. And we come in the top 3 every year. So we give them good jobs, good career prospects, and they have the greatest facilities. So we have happy students, and happy students do well. So that's enough of me boring you to death. Are there any questions? If not, you can watch the Gangnam video again. they ask you questions in writing as well.
It's like the entry. Background is different subject.
It doesn't matter what the subject is, as long as they have a reasonable degree that is recognised by UEA.
For example, like the student had business for bachelor.
We can't study engineering unless it's energy engineering at UEA.
Something like that.
Yeah. However, the only one you will really have to have a recognised subject that they want is if you're studying economics. If you want to study economics as a master's, you will have to have done economics as a degree. Any other subject, it doesn't matter. You do not have to have studied that particular subject to go on to do a master's. You can have something different. Economics, you have to have an economics degree. That's the only one.
What you say.
Yeah,
If
you look at the pages on the right-hand side, so if you look at the small print in the bottom, it will tell you that you have to look at to study economics to do graduate diploma. So it is in the small print.
Can you tell us about more like the scholarship for A level?
Tell me more about what, sorry? The scholarship?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Was that for, covering for 2 years of A level?
Yeah, it is the 2 years. So the 50% off is the 2 years, the tuition fee for 2 years. So you get half, basically you get half, or up to half, of your fees back. So what the total is for 2 years, you halve it, if you get 50%. However, the maths test, we give you, we want under exam conditions. The English essay we choose has to be under exam conditions. They can do it at the agent's office, but they have to do it without a calculator, they have to do it without talking. The English essay we choose, we mark, and the grades are very important. The interview, we judge whether it's worth 10% or 5% or whatever it is. You can get up to 50%. There's no guarantee that you will get 50%. But a good student can get 50%.
How many Korean students have got the scholarship from?
We have one Korean student on the A-level program started this September, and she got 50%. We hope that she's going to be a very successful student. She will be doing testimonials for us, and she will be on our Facebook page answering questions for people, but she got 50% scholarship.
네, 그래서 뭐 A레벨뿐만 아니라 다 물어보셨던 것 같고요.
A레벨은 저 이번에 처음이라서.
A레벨 처음이라고 하셨다고요?
예, 이번에 한 것은 처음 들어봐요.
아까 받으셨던 분, 왜 이러지? 받으셨던 분.
Is that another question?
As you mentioned, the international graduate diploma of economics require economics degree from the university.
The university will require it.
Yeah. But the students, if students have...
You can study economics as a graduate diploma without doing economics before, but if you want to go and do a master's,
Yeah.
you're going to have to have done economics as a degree.
Do they accept business degree?
No.
No.
Generally, no. Not if you want to do strict economics. There are lots of different courses in the economics school which might accept graduate diploma, but if you want to do economics, you must have done economics before. I think I'll show it on the page.
So it doesn't really matter the student's background from bachelor, right?
Correct.
Just
It
only
doesn't.
should take the specific subject.
Yep.
related to economics.
Yep. You can go and study a very different master's degree if you wish, except for one subject.